Hi, and welcome to AfterShark, WalletPop.com's post-show to ABC's Shark Tank. With us today, Kwame. How are you, Kwame?
Pretty good. How are you, Jason?
Now, this is the guy who moved here from Ghana, started his own business here in America, and now he's gone before the Sharks and got even more money than what he asked them for when he walked in the door. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with how you managed to do that. You some of the best preparation of any of the entrepreneurs I've seen so far this season. How much advanced work did you do in advance of this appearance?
Oh, I did a lot. I mean, just in terms of full disclosure, I have an MBA, so some of that came from that background because, you know, even during school, we had worked with real companies. So I got that experience of, you know, being able to see what they look for, what kind of questions they ask, how to prepare a pitch. So with that experience, I used that to prepare for the Shark Tank. So I did a lot of preparation for that.
Do you think that a person would need an MBA, though, to make a successful pitch? What are some of the things you have to do to keep, if you want to succeed?
No, I don't think you need an MBA. I think there are a couple of things you need to do as an entrepreneur to prepare for the Shark Tank. I think the first one is that you need to know your business. I mean, clearly you need to understand what your numbers are, where you're taking your business, but most importantly, how are the Sharks going to make money and how are they going to get their money back? I think that's number one. Number two, I think you have to have sales. You know, it's very difficult to make a pitch about an idea when you haven't been able to prove that there's a market out there for the product. And the only way, or one of the ways you can prove is either having sales that you can show or you have orders that have come in that are legitimate. So I think that's number two. And then finally, I think you need to be confident because not only are they investing in the company, but they're investing in you. So they want to make sure that you're somebody they can work with, that they can see themselves doing business with you. And above all, can they trust that you can, you know, run the business and make them more money? So I think if you cover those three bases, I think you should be good.
And you certainly cover them very well. You also were very relaxed, and you weren't afraid. You did something else that other contestants haven't done. You were very relaxed about saying, no, I want a different deal than what you just gave me, and you did it in a way that didn't antagonize them. You came in wanting 30%.
Yes.
Was it O'Leary wanted 50%? Then you said, no, how about 40%?
Yeah.
Was that part of your strategy going in?
Yes, it was. Basically, one of the things that I struggled with was valuation, because when you're valuing a business that hasn't turned profit yet, you know, you don't want to do a discounted cash flow or whatever and bore the whole, I mean, it's television, so you don't want to bore people. So I had to find a way to present the value and put a dollar sign to it.
So Kwame, you asked for $150,000 for 30%.
Yes.
So that means 100% of it is worth roughly $500,000.
Yes.
Why is it worth $500,000 today?
Well, my valuation is based on three factors. Number one is the sales and growth potential of the business.
Okay, so that's one,
That's
potential.
One. Number two, I was contacted recently by the biggest online retailer, and they wanted a partnership with me.
Do I know this online retailer?
Yes, Amazon.
Wow.
And so when I was going in, I had decided already that, you know, this was what I think the business is worth, and this was how much I was willing to part with in terms of equity. So I had run the numbers, and so I knew going in what I can counter with if they came back with what. So I played all those scenarios in my mind before I went in. So
yeah, a lot of people
I
seem
was
surprised when they get their deal offered to them, and it's not what they expected. They don't have a comeback. You had a comeback ready to go.
Yes, I did, and you know, I've been watching the show, and I think you're right. I think that people, the gap between what they're offering and what people want is very large, and I think it's hard for them to bridge that, and people really seem surprised.
Well, it's funny because when you left the room, Herjavec said, you know what, we could have gotten more out of him. How far would you have been willing to go if to get the deal? You went 50-50, and you got $200,000 rather than the $150 you had wanted. How far would you have gone?
Well, I think that Robert's deal was what convinced me to go along, because, I mean, my strategy was that, you know, I am willing to have a small portion of something big rather than have a big portion of something small. But I wasn't willing to go beyond 50%. So I don't think they would have gotten any more. And actually, Robert bringing that deal on was what brought me on board. So I think that was how far I was going to go.
How long have you been living in the United States now?
For about 12 years now.
So one of the last things that you said on the show was this is what the American dream is all about. Mm-hmm. But you put a lot of advanced work into this American dream. It didn't just happen instantly because you walked into the Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to give the impression that this was an easy walk. I mean, I have put in a lot of sweat equity. I put in a lot of my own money, credit cards, everything into this. But more importantly, I think it's a product of hard work. So every stage of my life story has been hard work. So I don't want to let that get overshadowed because I think that's what has gotten me far. And I think that especially as a small business person, it can be a very lonely experience. And so you have to go through a lot of perseverance to get this far. So yeah, definitely I've put in a lot of hard work to get this far.
It was not just easy money. Thank you, Kwame, for joining us and talking about all the work it took to get to where you got today. But congratulations on sort of outsharking the sharks in some ways. Simple preparation is all it took. Thank you for joining us today. And if you want to see more videos, you can come see them right here, walletpop.com's AfterShark page. I'm Jason Cochran.